Hey, what's up guys? The ranked 53 player in the world is revolutionizing Clash Royale with a new HOG Royal Recruits deck. After cycling one regular Royal Recruits and getting to the evolution, you can build up monstrous pushes. With 3 charging recruits on both sides, split up goblin gangs and bats, you can apply pressure when you find your opponent's weakness. Put in for the mortar or minion horde HOG Rider to put your opponents in a position where they took too much damage and can't come back. It's time to combine our spears and hammers and assert dominance. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. Hey, we got a game here. So I would love to go recruits in the back first play. I know you guys are looking at me and being like, Jake, the skill is flowing through your veins. I realize it's not necessarily the nicest play to do, but it makes so much sense when you have a lot of bait cards in your deck. Assume the opponent spams into you, just like the wall breakers there. I split up my goblin gang, I cover both sides, and I don't care. Obviously, we're not even trying to get damage with the first recruits, we're just trying to cycle the evolution. We trade relatively evenly here, I'm pretty happy. And the cool thing about this deck is since you have Zap, you can easily and immediately eliminate any bait card distractions that the opponent is trying to use to cover their butt against all the recruits that wander towards their tower. Oh, wait, the guy... He's running Mega Knight. I'm faced with the proposition. Do I HOG Rider right now? Oh, man. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to drop recruits on defense, and I need to end up having 9 elixir for that, so I'm going to go in for my bats. It's going to be the cheapest thing possible. 9 elixir total, since I needed to cycle the recruits. I think that he's not going to be able to break through. Despite ending up having a Prince and a Mega Knight and an Evolved Firecracker potentially in his deck, he shouldn't be able to stop us. We can go Goblin Gang. The Prince is going to lock onto Spear Goblins. And look at that defense, guys! We are living large, and I cannot believe that that was that clean. Wait, it's going to get even cleaner. We can go for a Zap here. We counter the Bandit with a HOG Rider, and look at that play. Oh my gosh, that was incredible for us. Oh, right when I said that, the wall breakers both connect to my tower, right? Yeah, it's not what we were looking for. I celebrated too early, man. Minor wall breakers. So much damage for 2 elixir those wall breakers do every time. Probably one of the strongest cards in the game for their cost, and especially as a win condition. Anyway, we are playing against a Mega Knight deck, so recruits aren't necessarily going to be the best card against these type of players, but you still make it happen. I want to go recruits, but at the same time, if I do, I feel like I have to defend a little bit more, so I'm going to drop a defensive mortar, and then I'm going to drop recruits at the river, counter the Mega Knight, and then see what we can do after. Wait, what if I minion horde, and then I fireball on top of a firecracker wherever he drops it? I don't know where he's going to drop the firecracker, but I don't even know if I need to. Oh, I really did. Did not expect that to work out so well for him. I'm going to go for a Zap on the majority of the bats. We're going to miss one of them. It's totally fine. The one bat will end up dying to our tower, and then he's got the Evolved Firecracker as we expected. We should be able to fireball on that thing. It's not going to be able to run away. Not running away from responsibilities out here, bro. All right, you know what? If we go Goblin Gang and HOG Rider, how are you going to counter this? You're going to go for a Prince? Is that your strategy? Yeah, you're going to go Prince right into Goblins. That is not the play for you, my dude. And especially since it's double elixir, I can afford the rare recruits here and not get pummeled by the bats. So this is incredibly good for us because the recruits are going to start charging at the tower too. Unfortunately, we weren't able to drop it in a spot that the Prince was getting targeted by the tower, but it's all good. We can go for bats here. We can go for a fireball. I can eat the bandit damage because it doesn't really matter to me. All right, what do we do? He's got arrows. That's the problem. That is the main thing that I look at. I'm like, I'm scared of. All right, we're going to go for a mortar here. The goblins should take their initial charge. Yep, that's good. Now we can go in for a minion horde and then probably just kill everything, right? I don't know if this firecracker is equipped to kill all of our stuff. Dang, sometimes the firecracker targeting is awful, but not this time. Not this time, my dudes. All right, we're going to go recruits. And then I think I got to go HOG Rider on the right-hand side since I can ignore a little bit more. And I'm going to Zap on top of the bats. He's going to go for Mega Knight, right? Oh, seriously, he's going to Mega Knight left. Dang, I didn't think this guy was going to do that. All right, the recruits are going to lock onto the tower. He will eventually Mega Knight. Why is this game so sweaty right now? For real, I'm trying so hard in this match. All right, we're going to go Goblin Gang. The bats aren't going to lock on, but the Spear Goblins might be able to give us something. All right, that Mega Knight's going to go jump. That's not good. All right, Mega Knight, can you stop jumping? Can you stop it? Oh, the Spear Goblin's in the right. If we fireball, we win. No way. The simultaneous defense and offense was too much for this man to keep up with. Despite him jumping all over the map with his Mega Knight, we simply outsped him. And we've pushed up to 9,000 in the world. Yo, we gotta give me his Kawaii GG. What's up, dude? He has Peck in his banner and in his mastery, which is not a card that is played commonly right now. And if it is, it's gonna be a fun time. Oh, come on. I was hoping for P.E.K.K.A bridge spam because we were able to always distract you with the recruits, the goblins, and then just destroy you from the skies with our bats. But the guy might end up having a Lava Hound deck, so this could be a peculiar match. If I decide to go in for a mortar right now, I think that could be a good play, but the Spear Goblins are all dead, so I can't really afford to go in for that mortar as much as I want to. Oh, okay, let's go in for bats on top of the Skeleton Dragon, finish it off, and then go for a Hog Rider immediately on the right-hand side. 2 Skeleton Dragon hits isn't the worst thing in the world, especially if the Skeleton Dragon is going to get targeted on the left-hand side. So I can zap on top of the Inferno Dragon to reset the Inferno Dragon, hit the tower up for some nice damage, and then get an extra Hog Rider hit. So our opponent is running an Inferno Dragon, Lava Hound with Barbarian's Evolution. And in this type of matchup, I feel great dropping Recruits at the river. Cost 7 elixir, but they're going to start charging at our opponent and forcing out Barbarians in the middle that he might not be prepared to drop in time. Yeah, he wasn't. And the Recruit charged on the tower. That's awesome. So it's a -2 trade for us overall, but it's not that bad because we got some delicious damage. And if he wants to give us Fireball value, that is even better. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I don't think he knew that I had Fireball. So it's cool because you're running a deck that people can't really figure out since it's not something that they play against very often. Like, how often do you see a Hog Rider Fireball deck? Most of the time it's going to be Earthquake. So he was anticipating an amazing elixir trade with those Skeleton Dragons. He got hit up with the burnt crisp of those bones. Those Skeleton Dragons are a pretty tasty treat for me. All right, so I can maybe go in for a Hog Rider and then a Goblin Gang as well. And we'll see if we can trick this man. Trick or treat him real quick with the Hog and the Goblin Gang. Again, we're going to go for a zap. He went in for arrows on the Goblin Gang. He doesn't know the layers to defense that this deck has. And it's awesome. I love it so much. It's refreshing when you can go in for a minion horde and delete all of your opponent's existence. Watch as we cannibalize an entire Inferno Dragon, a zap, and our opponent's Lava Hound push. And then you gotta love that we can go in for recruits to tank for the Skeleton Dragons again, and then go for bats afterward. Oh, he's bolstering through with the balloon. So if you drop a super high mortar placement like that, it'll still pull the balloon from a distance. So the balloon looked like it was going towards the tower, but it never does. And then we're gonna go for a Goblin Gang off to the side, so when he goes in for arrows, he's not able to hit everything. I think we just zap here, and then we Fireball later on the Barbarians, because the balloon is not going to be able to get a hit. And then we got even more Fireball value. Patience is a virtue, and it is paying off so big. It says good game. It's definitely over. Oh, and he even minored on the 3 crown, too, to give up. This man's morale is crippled, and we're crushing all of his towers. Very fun stuff. And we're going to solidify the 3 crown before the game's over. Let's go, baby. Let's continue to climb up. Even though the Lava Hound player had Barbarians for our Hog Rider, arrows and zap for our bait cards, coupled with Skeleton Dragons, we still secured a very dominant win. And we're recruiting our way up the ranks to 7,500 in the world. Yo, we got a game against Tag. Wait, are we playing against my brother? My evil clone? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go recruits in the back. Actually, in the middle. Scratch that. I can't drop them in the back if homie's rushing through with wall breakers because I don't want to split up more stuff. I mean, I could, but I don't want to spend more elixir than I need to. Oh, the recruit's going to nonchalantly go towards the tower and tank for his brother Bat. Nice. We got some damage. That's cool. 300 damage advantage to the left-hand side, forcing out a lot of extra elixir too. And then, wait, this is getting a bit better for us because he's having to spam on every single side, every direction. We can kite both of the wall breakers, have the Dark Goblin lock onto the mortar, and make sure he gets no damage on the right-hand side. Meaningfully, we can go for a zap on Skeleton Army, hopefully. I want it. He's not giving it to me. Got 2 hits on the tower, though, so we'll take that. This is one of those situations that I could zap on the Dark Goblin, or I could save the zap for the Skeleton Army that is definitely going to come down because it's in his deck. He needs to be dropping it at some point. I'd rather get the +1 elixir advantage than conserving tower damage that doesn't necessarily matter as much when we're trying to build up a big push with our Royal Recruits evolution. If you think about it from this perspective, if you've got a huge push going on, wouldn't you want to bolster it and give it as much as you possibly can? Especially with the recruits that have devastating damage potential. Might as well maximize that. So I'm going to go for a Goblin Gang in the middle, and then we're going to hover our zap for the Skeleton Army. Knew it was going to be in the middle. I didn't necessarily know where he was going to be dropping, if he was going to drop it a little bit lower back. But wait, the recruit's going to charge in left. It feels like a prince. I have 6 princes in my deck, guys. That's what's up. That's what this Clash Royale evolution is giving me. All right. So I'm going to go for a minion horde, and then I think I want to even go for a Hog Rider, which feels ridiculously derpy to do, but I don't want that damage on my tower, and I rather have the Hog Rider tanking for the minion horde too. Wait, we baited out a Skeleton Army that he did not want to drop into the minion horde. There's no doubt about that. He's feeding me more elixir, and I can go recruits in the back and just set up another push. That's what we like to do. When we don't want to force something with the mortar, the best thing to do is just defend with the recruits, get a positive elixir trade or an even trade, and then get to the evolution, and then just rinse and repeat. It's an easy strategy. It's quite simple. And if you don't know what to do, that's what you default to. Recruits in the back and set up an attack. So I can go in for maybe a mortar and then a zap just to finish off the skeletons. And if he decides to miner into that, it's funny. Especially because the mortar should lock onto the tower. Oh, if it locked onto the Dark Goblin, that would have been infinitely better. Rarely do you say, wow, I really wish my mortar didn't lock onto the tower there, but that might have been one of those few situations. We cleaned up the Dark Goblin anyway, so maybe not. Recruits in the back. Set up the attack. Let's go. It's our motto today. How many times am I going to say that? All right, we're going to go Goblin Gang, and then we're going to follow up with a mortar left. I wish I could evolve my mortar too. Oh, you know what? Never mind. The recruits are angry about that. They're charging right now. They're like, Jake, if we're going to have no evolution, you won't win the game. Like, we're going to show you why we're so strong. It's cool that you can use the recruits or the mortar evolution depending on which one is stronger in the meta in the moment. And looking at this guy's name, Tagbeat, he truly brought the loss upon himself. And we continue to charge up to 6,300 in the world. Hey, we got a game against BB. What's up? So, I'm hoping that he decides to go and spam into a Goblin Gang or Bats. I need to have those recruits in cycle. Otherwise, I guess I can go Goblin Gang at the river. Don't want to go for a Hog Rider immediately. Generally, Hog Rider at the start is a pretty good play, but when you've got recruits next on deck, I want to cycle those. If I go for a Hog Rider, I might not be able to drop my recruits. So he's going to have Royal Ghost and Electro Spirit. It's probably, oh, I was going to say, it was going to be Royal Giant, but I guess not. There's no way that you're going to have Royal Giant if you're going to Firecracker at the river like that. Unless you're absolutely insane. Yeah, that's not happening. So we're going to go for Bats. Oh, seriously? He's going to have a Royal Giant deck with bait cards. Huh. And he's going to Firecracker the river really aggressively. The bat killed the Firecracker. I don't even know how that happened. The bat totally trolled our opponent there. I love it. Wow, he's been messing with my mind a little bit because I didn't identify the deck. But I'm just glad that I can't identify the plays because that was wonderful. Oh, that was spectacular stuff. I don't think he's going to have a Fisherman in his deck. We'll have to wait and see. I can mess it up with the Zap. Okay. I have to time it well. Yes, if you guys haven't done that before, you can actually screw up the Fisherman timing. It is not easy to do, and I'm so glad we pulled through with that value. Okay, we might lose the game, though. I don't want to lose the game. Please, I had such a cool play. Oh, no, this is going to end in dismay despite that cool play. That's awful. We're still going to try our hardest, but I don't think I can stop that RG. And the guy logged, too, and he's going to have Electro Spirit. Oh, my gosh. The recruit on the right is at least going to charge through, but I think I'm 100% screwed. You can't win every game you play, but I totally tried my hardest. He just overwhelmed me with an innumerable amount of bait cards after me not having my Zap. I think it was the right play to go Zap on the Fisherman to stop the King Tower activation, but just wasn't able to stop it with my card composition in that moment. You can't win every match you play, but we'll bounce on next one. Hey, Sparking! What's up, man? He's got the Vol Barbarian banner. It just makes me want to scream, Moo Yahoo! If you know, you know. If you don't know, you guys got to get educated. Got to get educated on the best war cry in Clash Royale history. So he's going to go in for a Bandit and a Royal Ghost. Fireballing plus Zap does not kill either of them, but I wished it did. All right, I really wished it did. I'm going to go for a Mortar, and then I kind of did the most aggressive and stupid play I've ever done in my life. I don't necessarily think that was smart on my end, but I'm going to go for a Goblin Gang afterward, and we will salvage the situation and have an entire horde of goblins cannibalizing his stuff. So the way that I played that is I kept my Spear Goblins alive, and I was able to get something back after the counter push. But guys, I just got hyped up. I said the war cry, and I made the dumbest decision of my life. I spammed so much Elixir, and the Fireball Zap not killing the Bandit or the Royal Ghost, that was us just testing our strength. Limit testing, if you will. And truly put us in a pretty big predicament. If we're able to go into like recruits in the back and then spam afterwards, it's smarter. But this predicament is not something I enjoy or envy. I'm going to go for Bats here, and then we're going to go recruits at the river. And hopefully he spams into us. Okay, cool. We got a Bandit. That is not a card that you would typically want to drop. And then I think that the Bats might kill the Firecracker if she's blind. Okay, she's not blind. Well, maybe she was blind. I think that would have been good. The Bat's going to kill the Bandit. The recruits on the left will demand something else. And we're in a stellar spot. We traded evenly. We get back to our recruits evolution. And we haven't seen anything super scary from our opponent. Sparking is not sparking any offensive damage at all. He's just sitting there and reflecting back on how his push didn't work out. We go for a Goblin Gang here. Remember, he's going to end up having a Tornado in the deck. So not necessarily that good for us if we... Oh my gosh. That was really good for us. What if we use a Hog Rider and then Bats? And then we go in for a Battle Ram counter with the Mortar on the other side. If you guys didn't know, you can pull a Battle Ram or a Ram Rider to the other side and still have the Mortar shoot the left-hand tower while pulling the Battle Ram from the other side. It's cool to do. We're going to go for a Zap. I don't... Oh, that was so clutch. Give me that value. Oh, wait. Why would you go... What? I think he needs that on defense, doesn't he? Why would you randomly drop that? Okay, that was pretty funny. We're going to Fireball. I'm trying to hit all the Barbarians. If not, then it's all good. Yeah, it didn't hit all of them. All right, cool. That's exactly what we wanted, of course. Let's go for one of these and then go in for one of these where we go and pull all the stuff and then somehow defend this. Let's just see if we can kill the bandit. No big deal. All right, the Hog Rider's dead. That's not great, but he's going to go in for more spam. Even better. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You're very committed to the cause of spamming everything you got. Okay. Wait, that fireball was amazing. Don't think I can defend this unless I go Goblin Gang. He's going to spam into this. Cool. We're able to crush it. Wait. What if I do one of these and I go for bats after he tornadoes? And then we can go recruits after that. Maybe he's going to mess up the tornado because the recruit's there. Oh, the bats are on the tower, though. Oh, bury the bat coming in clutch. Yes, sir. That's what I love to see, baby. Moo yahoo. We're taking your tower and you are moving over and looking at a Hog Rider for literally no reason, Magic Archer. Maybe that's the magic trick the Magic Archer wanted all along, vanishing his own tower. That's the only thing I could think about because the Magic Archer deliberately lost our opponent that game, while the bat spam slammed that tower out of the park. And now we've got up to 5,400 in the world. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.